Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. Chris Phillips here, the Daily Crow, the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate you all tuning in. We have got a packed show here on a Thursday. A lot to get into, folks. Again, I appreciate you all tuning in. Thursday, September the 2nd, 2021. And also on this Thursday, the beginning of SEC football as the Tennessee Volunteers take the field tonight to begin one hell of a weekend in college football. And, of course, guys, we sit here just 2 days away from the start of the Shane Beamer era, Saturday at Williams-Brice Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff. I see Rob Youngson, Todd Smith, Nick Renfro, Sean O'Brien, Lindsey Hagler, Brendan M., Bruce Adkins, David Garrick, Jason Derrick, checking in from Newberry. Go Wolves. Rodney CB, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, a lot to get into. Podcast dropped this morning. Appreciate you all tuning in, taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Guys, before we get to everything, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you, as always, by our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number. You're a human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. They're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. If you've been involved in any type of accident, no matter what it is, the last thing you should be worrying about is paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient and effective. Again, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop. Their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com. for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. What is going on? Appreciate y'all tuning in at 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well. Also, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel to be sure your question is answered. Brendan M. says, good day to have a day. No, it's a great day, Brendan, to have a day. 2 days away until kickoff. Brian Welch says, are those ass-kicking chicken hats the Richardson 112 hats? Brian, yes, every single trucker hat on my website, on my store, on our store, are Richardson 112s. Only the best. Only the best for the fans of TSUS. By the way, shout out to my guy B2ATL for this fire new cap. I think we all can appreciate this hat. Very, very dope stuff. My guy B2ATL hooking me up. Very, very sick. So, the old vintage cap today on the Daily Crow. Appreciate him keeping your guy looking fresh. Really, really good stuff. Again, 843-790-3377. Guys, it's 843-790-3377. Todd Smith says he's ready for some freaking football, Gamecock fans. I'll tell you what. You know, it's crazy, guys. We get to this time of year, and even getting to today with there being football on TV tonight, it's like we count down for 100 days. And at least this is me personally. Some of you may not feel this way, but I don't know. It's like I always feel this way every year. It's almost like I'm like, am I ready? I'm like, it's what the feeling is it's like it's surreal because you spend so much time counting down to the games that it's like, oh, wow, we're actually going to play now. Like you get so accustomed to it just being the preseason because it is a different vibe in the season. So for me, it's like, wow, we actually do play Saturday. Like, holy shit, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. We play on Saturday. So it's crazy, man. With today's show, of course, that dropped this morning, episode 488 dropped this morning. Great show, guys. Breaking down the full game. That we'll be doing that each and every single Thursday. Full game preview, breakdown of EIU. top storylines, key matchups, keys to the game, all that good stuff. Also, your listener questions, as well as a fantastic conversation, a great interview, guys. I said this on social media, and I'll tell you guys. The term legendary gets tossed around very, very loosely, right? Like people say things are legendary, and that word gets used pretty regularly. But when I tell you this conversation with Brad Lawing is a legendary conversation, I mean it in every sense of the word. Incredible stuff. Brad Lawing being extremely honest, extremely open, extremely blunt about the Jimmies and the Joes. You see those dollar signs? Oh, we talked a lot about recruiting and the truth behind recruiting and stars and recruiting services and recruiting tactics. Wild conversation. Wild. So I definitely highly suggest you guys check that out. Sean O'Brien, what's going on? Bruce Atkins ready to see Marshawn and Juju ball out Saturday, same as I. David Garrick, what's up, my guy? Chris, new to your content stream, and I'm really enjoying what you put out there. Go Cox. Chris, I appreciate you, man. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. Go Cox. Thank you for tuning in. We're live every single day, noon to 2, right here, the Daily Crow, live noon to 2 every single day. Guys, I'll tell you this, too. It's funny. I know we put some behind the beak and some behind-the-scenes content out there. And by the way, guys, for those who are in the Big Cock Club and just everyone waiting on that behind-the-beat content and other content, I promise you it's coming, and I'm not making excuses. I am one man, and the amount of when I say content bleeding out the eyeballs, like, I truly, genuinely mean it. Like, I literally took a shower at 11:50 to get ready for this stream. Like, that's how much content is being made. That's how busy we are right now. So I promise the behind the beat stuff will get made. I finally have a day today where we don't have like 3 live events to go to, which, again, it's a blessing. It truly is. It means business is healthy and things are going well. But today, finally, it's a little bit slower. We're still going to be out. By the way, if you're going to be out at Carolina Calls with Shane Beamer, yours truly will be out there. Say what's up. Would love to holler at you guys. Say what's up. But that's really all we have besides that in the season simulation series tonight at 9 o'clock. But I apologize to you guys for not getting that out there yet. And we're going to have them weekly starting next week because, again, we're in season and there's going to be so much video content to post. I'm going to get it out there. But, content is truly bleeding out the eyeballs. Like, really, really. I'm not, like, saying that to be funny or saying that to ha, ha, ha. No, it really is. Like, it really, 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 really is. So, and it's a blessing. Like I said, John Kruger, 55 hours to kickoff. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Bruce Atkins prediction, Juju takes a kickoff back to the house this weekend. I think it's going to be a very, very, very fun weekend, fun game for sure. Travie, I was listening back on the Lawing interview. Quite interesting on what Brad had to say about the Karan Prunty kid and his dad. Wonder why his father had such disdain for the Gamecocks. Yeah, that was very, very eye-opening. Very eye-opening. And, I was kind of, because, listen, if I said what Brad Lawing said, I'd get killed for it. I'd get ripped, right? So when he said that, I was like, oh, snap. I was like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. Yeah, it was a crazy conversation, man. Todd Smith, great podcast this morning. I agree. Joyner scores the first touchdown. That was my guess. I think Dak or either Jaheim Bell. Those are my 2 guesses. Jesse, great podcast this morning. Just wondering, when will your first post-game video be after Saturday? I need to stay tuned to LOL. Dude, those are very organic, Jesse. When I do those quick hitter 1-minute post-game videos, post-game reaction, it could be walking out of the stadium. It could be back at the tailgate. It could be back at home. I don't know. Those are very organic, man. So I don't like pick a location. We'll just do the post-game video, knock it out, boom, there you go. So, CB, how you feeling about the graduate assistant thing? I'm fine, man. I'm fine. It is what it is. We're starting the best possible option, and I think Zeb will play well, and he'll fill in well until Luke Doty gets back. So we'll put it that way. Jimmy, I appreciate it, man. The lid is fire. Like I said, my guy, look, I love the block C here. Love the block C on the side. My guy B2ATL hooked it up, man. This is incredible. Incredible cap. Incredible cap. At B2ATL on Instagram. I'm giving my guy free ads right now. Daddy-O, how many of our games you think will be on the Plus this season? It's basically pay-per-view for ESPN. I think this will probably be the only one. I think it'll probably be the – dude, Do you not? I mean, here's the I'll say this. This might hurt some of your feelings. The game is on SEC Network Plus. If you don't have SEC Network, I don't really know how you can call yourself a fan of an SEC team. Like, how can you be a fan of an SEC team and not have SEC Network? Like, that's crazy. So if it's on SEC Network, it's on SEC Network Plus, I should say. It is on the Plus channel. So if you have SEC Network, you can watch it on SEC Network Plus. I mean, it's that simple. And I mean, dude, if you have to buy ESPN Plus, it's $5, bro. Like, it's not like, I mean, is watching a Carolina game worth $5 to you? Sean O'Brien, haven't had a chance to finish the interview. What happened with Karan? Sean, I'll let you go. We actually just posted the clip to YouTube. We just posted the clip to YouTube. If you want to go check it out or just go listen to the interview, I'll let Brad Lawing explain it because I don't want to try to explain it and put words in his mouth or not do a very good job of saying exactly what he said, because this was an interview that happened a week ago at Tin Roof, and so it's not the freshest thing on my mind. So I'll let you go listen so you can make sure you get exactly what he said. But, yeah, Keith says in the TDC Questions channel, nice hat. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Fire. Very fire. Very fire indeed. Very fire indeed. Yeah, I appreciate my guy. Let's see. Travi, so ready for the season. I'm out in OKC. Cola fire still burns me. Yeah, Cola's buzzing, man. Cola's buzzing for sure. Cola's buzzing for sure. Let's see. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. Yeah, some very, very, very eye-opening conversation from Brad Lawing. Let me just put it that way. Guys, are you excited for college football tonight, by the way? There is college football on tonight. In the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers will take the field. I believe, let's see, what is the college football lineup? Let's get the full schedule. College football. Also, we've got football tonight on our season simulation series. We've got our bowl game. We are in the Liberty Bowl against Marshall. 9 o'clock, we'll kick that off. So if you want to tune in, 9 o'clock, we'll kick that puppy off. You know the game tonight that I really want to watch? East Carolina App State, bro. In Charlotte. That's going to be a hell of a game. How about Ohio State, Minnesota, 8 o'clock? Bowling Green, Tennessee at 8 o'clock. There's some good games on. Somebody just texted in. Do you have a link to order that hat? Are you talking about the one on my head? Because this is a one of one, bro. This is not like on my store. This is a one of one. We just got a text here. It says, I think our season record will be entirely reflective of our injury status. Minimal injuries, 7 to 8 wins. Moderate injuries, 5 to 6. Many injuries, under 5 wins. I mean, certainly you make a great point in the sense of, how many injuries you have certainly is going to be, it's going to reflect, if you have a lot of injuries, there's a pretty good chance that your season's not going to go quite as you hope it is going to go. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Thank God college football is back. UCF Boise State is tonight. Indeed. Jay Smith, my score prediction will drop on tomorrow's podcast. I'll drop my official score prediction tomorrow. That will be every single Friday. I'll drop my score prediction for the game that weekend. So official score prediction tomorrow. Today's show, like I said, a full breakdown of the game, key matchups, keys to the game, top storylines, everything you need to know about EIU in this matchup on Saturday. But prediction will be tomorrow. Predictions are for Friday. Jeff Sweat, what station is App State and ECU playing on? ESPNU, Jeff. ESPNU. I think it'll be a hell of a game. Austin Amick, what are you cooking at the tailgate? Austin, I ain't cooking shit. I can tell you that right now. I ain't cooking a damn thing. What are my people cooking? I don't know. I don't handle it. Austin, I'm there to make content and be there. I'm not cooking a damn thing. I ain't touching the grill, Austin. Tell you that right now. So you want to cook something, bring it. You be my guest. But my tailgate, I'm not promising food. I'm not promising drink. I hate to tell you that, guys, but now listen, my people will probably have stuff, but I would just tell you, BYOB is probably a smart idea. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but we just, we already have to. There's a lot of moving pieces on game day for yours truly and the pregame show and all that. And again, I'm one man, so buying everyone drink and food is a little beyond what I'm planning on doing on Saturday. But again, like I'm tailgating with a big group. They always cook. I mean, if somebody comes up wants a beer, we can make it happen. I'm just saying though, it'd be wise probably. BYOB is a pretty safe thing. So, yeah. But dude, it's Gamecock Nation, man. We'll help out another thirsty Gamecock for sure. But I don't know what my crew's cooking. Normally they're cooking like hot dogs and pork chops and burger, whatever. I don't know. It really just depends. So, but all are welcome. All are welcome. Stop by. All are welcome. Please do. I'd love to see a big crowd out there at Seawells. Would love it. Would love to see it. Joseph, it is game week indeed, my friend. Harris, do you think Colton Gauthier will transfer? Why and where would he go? No, I don't think he'll transfer. No, I don't. No, Harris. Bruce Atkins, score prediction 52-10. Daddy O says the new Beamer coach's hat with the circle and Gamecock, can't find it online. It's made by Under Armour. Any suggestions? Daddy O, and I see fans ask a lot about like some of the stuff the players are wearing and coaches. I mean, you got to think there's probably like, they're not going to sell everything they get to wear. Like some of the stuff is going to be just for the team. Like it's just team issued. So maybe they're not selling it to the general public. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I don't buy the Under Armour merch. Obviously, I create my own merch, so I don't buy their stuff. Todd Smith, Chris, you're going to be cooking up a good buzz. What, dude? It's funny. Game day looks a lot different for me now. So my buddies that I'm tailgating with, by the way, I mean they'll go in the game blackout like that. That's just kind of how they do. They will get hammered and go to the game. I mean, yours truly's got to keep it together. We got to keep it together, and it's a blessing. Like I said, I have a reason to not be that. I mean, hell, Saturday I want to remember the game. Like I don't want to be crazy. Like it'll be a good time though. No, it'll be a very, very good time. Definitely got to get a good buzz on game day, but it'll be a very, very good time. And my crew that I tailgate with, they're passionate Gamecock fans. They love the Gamecocks. Got my guy John Rice in the Seawells lot. My guy Zach's in the Seawells lot. We got a bunch of buddies. I mean, Seawells is going to be a popping spot. Like Seawells is going to be a popping spot. So going to be a really, really good time. I got to coordinate with my people. They're talking about getting out there like 11 or 12 though. So I mean, we're going to be out there all day long. Of course, Jay's Corner, the pregame show, 3 to 4 on Saturday. Also, guys, do not forget tomorrow night, my good buddy Cox by 90 and I will be at Hall's Chop House from 5 to 7. We'll actually be there 5 just basically until. But we're going to get there at 5 o'clock, very similar to the Rita show, 5 to 6, a kind of meet and greet type deal. And then 6 to 7, we will go live talking about the game on Saturday against EIU. Going to be a really, really good time. Appreciate my guy Cox by 90. And going to be a fun time. Like I said, just a celebration of the Shane Beamer era beginning and Gamecocks football returning. Lance Player, what's going on, my man? Appreciate you tuning in. Lindsay Hagler says people should be bringing you beers. I don't know. I'll just be honest with you. Like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces on game day. So we got to make sure we take care of business, and then we can, whatever. Also, guys, in case you missed it, the graphic is getting posted here shortly, actually, but we have locked in our watch parties for the East Carolina and Georgia games. So for East Carolina, noon kickoff, right? The game is being played at ECU in Greenville, North Carolina. We'll be having a watch party in Greenville, South Carolina, in the upstate. Very excited to come upstate and throw an event for the upstate Gamecocks. We'll be at the Carolina Ale House location in downtown Greenville next weekend for that. So very, very excited for that watch party. The following weekend, the Georgia game, which is a 7 o'clock kickoff, of course, we will be local at the Carolina Ale House at the Harbison location. So for both of those, planning on doing a pregame and a postgame show for sure. Guys, honestly, I'm going back and forth in regards to the live stream watch-alongs. I'll be totally honest with you. I love the idea. I think the content is great. There's a part of me selfishly that just wants to be able to sit and watch the game and not have to worry about being on camera the entire time. I don't know. We'll see. Because it's not like I necessarily have to do anything. We'll see. So I'll let you guys know. I'm still kind of deciding. At minimum, though, I can tell you pregame and if we're doing the live stream watch along, there's really no need for a post-game show because we'll already be live. But 110%, there will be a pregame show just like last year. So if you guys remember when we were at Overtime Bar and Grill, we would go live 11 to 11:30, and then it'd be a noon kickoff. So we'll do the exact same things. So I'm going to get this graphic finalized and post it because they actually just emailed me. Doors will open at 11 a.m. next weekend at the downtown Greenville location. Of course, kickoff will be at noon as the Gamecocks take on ECU. So very excited for that. I'll be getting in the upstate next Friday, probably staying with a good buddy of mine in Anderson. And then, like I said, Saturday, noon kickoff. Going to have a really, really good time at that downtown Greenville location. So really, really excited for that. Like I said, I told Carolina Ale House specifically, I was like, I really would love to do a watch party in Greenville, really give back to the upstate Gamecocks. I don't know if there's many of you. Looks like A. Sam said that's his city. I was going to say, I don't know how many of you are tuned in that live in Greenville or live in the upstate in general, but I know you guys struggle with, living around those people in the upstate and dealing with, the orange and purple. And there's not a lot of Gamecock offerings, or not nearly as many, I feel like, as we see down here, of course, in Columbia. So I was like, it'd be great to go to the upstate and really give back to the people in the upstate and, make them feel special and let them know that, we're thinking about them in the upstate as well and appreciate their love and support. So I'm really excited to get up there. I really am. Like I said, I told them from the jump it was something I was passionate about. So looking forward to that, truly. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls. Daryl says, man, just wanted to tell you that show with Andy last night was awesome. Thank you, Daryl. Andy is an incredible human being. I really appreciate Andy, and I really do appreciate his friendship. Let's jump over to the TDC questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord. He says, Sperminator says, nerves and jitters will be rampant Saturday. How does Gamecock Nation react if we go 3-out in the first series? I mean, hopefully rationally, man. It's the first series of the season, so it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Keith, with all you're doing this year, have you ever been so busy? Keith, no. The answer is no, and that is a blessing. Being busy is truly a blessing. I'll tell you this, Keith. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to be like 1 or 2% less busy after this week because, we're finishing up getting all this preseason content and going into next week, it's just going to be purely like game preview and game breakdown type content. So, the season simulation series, I love them, but I'm looking forward to not having to do a simulation at 9:00 at night. I'll be totally honest with you. Again, that's not me complaining about it, but it's just really late to do it. But we got to get it in, right? We got to get it done. We got to get it done. So, but no, I've never been as busy as I am, Keith. And again, that is a positive. That is a blessing because you know what it means? Business is growing and thriving and is healthy. And again, I am blessed beyond measure, Keith. And it's because of you guys. So again, I want to say thank you to you all. I truly appreciate it. But no, I've never been this busy. I had a buddy of mine joke with me. He's like, Chris, you're at a different venue every single night. And I'm like, you know what? It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. Like truly, truly. I mean, last year during football season, yeah, we were busy, but it just felt weird, right? It wasn't the same. And so I'm eternally grateful for sure. Eternally grateful. Sperminator, my vote is you enjoy the game, not like you can split screen it. Yeah, it would literally just be me watching the game, like video of me, just like it was during baseball season. Some people enjoy that. Some people really enjoy that. So I don't know. Well, I'll make the decision. I'll let you guys know. But either way, at minimum, pregame show will be happening on those Saturdays. Let's see. Hobophobic. Jesus, come on, man. Get a new username. Jesus. Either ways. Bick says I'm in Williamston. Howard Z. So Howard Z says that. Leonard Matthews, what's going on? Luke RJ, you might get some Clem Sucks trolls show up at the Carolina Ale House in Greenville. Let them show, bro. I don't care. Let them show. Anthony Floyd about to buy some gear. Got a discount code. Attaboy, hey, use it. Use it. Tanner Land. God is good indeed, man. For real. It's incredible. God is good. And like I said, it's, to have the ability, like I said, to be out at a place like Tin Roof every week and a live event at halls and game day shows and game day tailgates. And it's like I said, it's truly a blessing, man. It's incredible. It's incredible. Sean O'Brien, game day is near because Willie B has all the SEC school flags up. Gamecock Park is looking great, too, with small new additions as well. I still haven't seen the Bojangles. I didn't ride by yesterday. I still have not seen the Bojangles. John Kruger, looking forward to seeing Sir Big Spur back on the field. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Dude, I'm looking forward to freaking everything, man. It's going to be incredible. It is going to be incredible for sure. Let's see. Again, guys, questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, this is not a TSUS event, but in case you didn't know, tonight from Backstreet's Grill, 7 to 8, Carolina calls. I will be there. Looking forward to hanging out, chilling, enjoying that, covering that. I've actually got my fantasy football draft at 8 o'clock as well, so going to be doing that. And then 9 o'clock, we've got kickoff for the season simulation series. So going to be a very, very fun night for yours truly. A really good time. So, again, taking your questions, comments, calls. Like I said, guys, the podcast today, episode 488, full breakdown of the game this weekend, Eastern Illinois, talking, the Panthers as a whole, top storylines, key matchups, keys to the game, all that good stuff. So, again, definitely check that out. Also, a fantastic conversation, a great interview with Brad Lawing. I don't have to say more than that. I mean, truly, Brad Lawing is a legend. He's a legend. In every sense of the word, Brad Lawing is a legend. There's no other way to put it. He is a legend. So, be sure you guys check that out. Episode 488. Before you know it, we're going to hit episode 500. It's going to be awesome. So, I do want to say this as well, guys. Thank you all so much for the love and support in regards to merch. If you are waiting on merch, if you're waiting on koozies, I'm waiting on them too. So soon as I get them, I'm going to be shipping them out. But if you're waiting on merch, I appreciate everyone's patience because right now fulfillment and shipping is a mess with every vendor, with every product. So thank you all for your patience is really what I want to say. Lance Player, the only thing I'm not looking forward to is the Busch Latte hangover. Yeah, Lance, you got to pace yourself, kid. You got to pace yourself. I'll ask everyone, what's your go-to game day drink? Do you have a go-to drink on game day? What is your go-to game day drink? I'm very, very curious. Luke RJ, do you think Beamer will change the end zone paint for the games? That may be the one thing he changes. It was different in the spring game. Luke, I hope not. I don't like the garnet and black end zones. I understand some fans do, man, but just keep it simple. I don't think Shane will. No, I think Shane Beamer with the uniform thing, I think he made it very, very clear that he wants to be traditional. From what I could tell, he wants to be traditional. So I think you will see Shane Beamer stick to that. I'd be shocked if the end zones were colored. I'd be very, very shocked. Chris Yabar, out of our questionable secondary, who do you think is going to be the next Horn, Gilmore, DJ, etc.? I mean, I think Cam Smith has that potential. I think Cam Smith's got that potential. Will he be that type of guy? I don't know, but I think he can be that type of player. So. Sam, no more uniform drop videos. I loved those things. Again, Sam, I'm not going to be one of those people that says, oh, I'm so glad they got rid of battle armor because our team, I'm not going to blame battle armor for the recent shortcomings of Gamecocks football. But I think Shane Beamer just wants to make his own mark on the program. I think it's just one of those things that battle armor really was like a must-champ thing. And I understand Shane Beamer's sentiment in the sense of like, hey, we need to focus on winning games, not worry about, what color helmet, what color jersey, what color pants, what combos are we doing? Like, stop it. Like, we don't, let's keep the main thing. Let's focus on what we need to focus on, which is winning. Again, I know it seems harmless. It seems like, you're like, again, I'm not being that guy that says like, because they pick uniforms, they were losing. But again, elite can fill a bucket, right? And it's just when you're taking focus away from the main thing, I understand what Shane Beamer, what his messaging is behind that. So I got no issues with it, man. I mean, listen, I thought the content was obviously great. And, I guess it sucks for the fans that that's going away. But, dude, Justin King and his crew will make fantastic content. I have no doubt about that. And, they're going to put on for Gamecock fans. There's no question. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Sean O'Brien, do you think we should bring back the OG diamond end zones? Absolutely not. Bro, the diamond end zones are so ugly. Are you joking? The diamond end zones are terrible. They're terrible. Brian Welch says, Busch Light, or if we're playing an almost guaranteed L, it's Jack and Coke, his game day drink. Jesse Jacobs, ice cold Coors. Sean O'Brien says Miller Lite. John Kruger says, honestly, soda. Lance Player, you know mine. Busch Lattes. JB, nothing like a white Russian for a noon kickoff. Wesley Newmar, Oktoberfest. Darrell Wall Jr. says, you might have already touched on this, and it's not a big deal, but I was looking over EIU's roster and see 2 kids from South Gunna, Rogers from Gaffney and Hamilton from Hilton Head. I think, do you know anything about these guys? I genuinely don't. I really don't, to be honest with you. Daddy O, let Shane do his thing. They're plugging holes with the equipment that they have. Keith Malsberger in the TDC Questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord says, do you have any game day superstitions like I don't eat chicken on game day? Keith, I really don't. And I'll let you know after this Saturday. There's nothing that jumps out to me. Really, there isn't. I don't have any real big game day, superstitions. I really don't. Nothing I can think of. I don't know. And that's kind of weird because I am superstitious. To a degree, but I don't. I really don't think I do. Sperman play action pass, first play of the game. We win the toss. Do we take it or do we defer? I think we take. I think we want to score and set the tone. Personally, that's just me. I think we take it, though. Robbie Davis texts in. What's up, Chris? Everything's going well for you this week. What player in the secondary do you think has the most upside in his future in Columbia? Go Gamecocks 2 days away. That's a great question. How many young guys do we have that are really playing? I mean, how many? You know what I mean? Maybe an O'Donnell Fortune or a Dominic Hill, but I just think we have to recruit in the secondary. We got to go recruit some big-time players. We do. I mean, dude, all the young guys that we're bringing in the secondary for next year, they're going to have a chance to play. And they probably are going to play. There's no doubt. Lance Player loved Beamer's uniform reveal. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Business as usual. Let's keep it moving. Sean O'Brien, I think they're cool in an ugly way, but probably just because they're unique. I get why some dislike them. I just think they're ugly. I understand, like, the vintage side of it, but, like, bringing those back now would just be terrible. Tyler Knoll says, most upside, Luke Doty. Yeah, certainly Luke has upside. Let's see. Again, guys, questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. 7, taking your questions, comments, calls as well. Guys, I'll ask you this. What are your 3 keys, or just any keys? I don't care how many, but what are your keys to victory? That on the podcast. What are your keys to victory? I will list mine for you here in just a second. Because I think this is a game, of course. We all expect South Carolina to win. I mean, the Gamecocks will win this football game. There's no question. The only question is by how much will they win this football game? But what are your keys? What does South Carolina need to do to have a successful season opener in Shane Beamer's debut? What does South Carolina have to do? And my 3 keys are this. My first key, dominate the trenches, right? Like, this is a game where you should be able to push EIU around. We've talked a lot about the rosters and comparing. There is no comparison. You out-athlete EIU at every single position. You have the size, you have the speed, you have the athleticism. And where you can really crush your opponent's will is in the trenches. If you can just continuously whip them all game long from the first whistle, that's how you're going to really, really take care of EIU in a rout. So number 1 for me, dominate the trenches from the start. My second key to the game, and it's very, very simple. Game 1, right? Execute the fundamentals. If South Carolina plays a fundamentally sound football game, they will blow out EIU. Simply put, the fundamentals of No pre-snap penalties, no stupid penalties. Don't turn the ball over. Know where you're supposed to go. Do your job. Execute the fundamentals. That's my second key. My third key for the game on Saturday. Again, there's a lot of emotions. Fans have emotions. They have tons of emotions, right? Emotions are going to be running high all day for this football team, though. And even Shane Beamer has talked about his emotions, right? And that how he's going to feel running out of the tunnel and everything else. My third key is to control the emotions. I thought in the previous regime, way too often, we saw guys get way, way too high when things went well and way, way too low when things went poorly. I want to see a football team that's even keel, that, yes, they play with great emotion and great intensity and all that good stuff. It's going to be an emotional night. There's no question. It's the first freaking game of the season. But I want to see a team control those emotions and play within itself, handle your business, do your job. You're expecting to win. You're supposed to win. Play that way. Play that way. Don't let your emotions lead you. You know what I mean? So, again, for me, my three keys to the game: dominate the trenches, execute the fundamentals, and control your emotions. You do those three things, it's going to be a very fun night. It's going to be a very, very, very fun night. Let's see. JB, when does Birch break out? I think he could break out this weekend. I mean, Jesus. We're talking about an EIU offensive line that allowed 5 sacks. 5 sacks last weekend. So you'd like to think you feel pretty damn good about your chances to be in the backfield. Lance Player says, run the damn ball. That's his key. Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Tanner Land. He says, honestly, Chris, all we have to do is show up. I could play quarterback and beat this team. Yeah. Sean O'Brien, keys to victory this game. Out of all the position groups, the DBs need to get productive reps and build some confidence. That would be great. All right, let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Yo, Doc, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, brother, what's up?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. What's going on?
I wanted to add something to your list, the three keys. I want to see a team recover from a mistake, right? I mean, we got really good at losing over the last 27 or so games. And a lot of times we would throw an interception, fumble the ball, muff a punt, whatever, and the whole team would just crash. You know, well, we lost the game. You know, I want to see us. I don't want to see a mistake, but they're going to happen.
Right.
But when it does, I want to see the team rally and come out there and respond well to that. And I think that's where a lot of work has gone into psychology over the summer of the team. So hopefully we'll get to see that this weekend. It's not against a much better opponent, but, you know, I'd like to see that happen and make sure we're ready for it when it does happen, because it will. You know, right. You've got some young players, and they're going to make a mistake. But let's not, you know, start dragging your jaw on the ground because you threw a pick six.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I talked about that in the preseason like a couple months ago too. But, yeah, responding to adversity. Yeah, because adversity is going to happen. I mean, it's football. It doesn't matter if you're playing a peewee team. You're going to hit adversity. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I agree. You know, you want a football team that responds the right way. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, like just with the emotions, I think we've had teams previously the last couple of years that got way too high and way too low, whether it was something good or bad that happened. So, again, stay an even keel within yourself, have a short memory, just play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Bottom line, that's it. So.
Yeah, I mean, you got to believe before you can do. Period.
Yeah.
You got to believe before you can do.
Yeah.
And if, like I said, we got really good at losing, we need to flip that around and be really good at winning and make Williams-Brice a place people fear to come like it was a few years ago.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Could not have said it better myself. Could not have said it better myself.
Hey, one more thing, for the people listening, if you haven't checked out the podcast with Brad Lawing, man, you've got to listen to that.
Yeah, Brad did not hold back, did he?
No, he did not. It was great.
Yeah.
But listen, I'll let you go, Chris. I just wanted to call and put my 2 cents in.
Yeah, Doc, I appreciate it, man, as always. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, brother. Take care.
Thanks, man. You too. Appreciate it. 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377. Sperminator in the TDC questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord, says limit penalties, line of scrimmage, and no turnovers. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Let's see. Justin Langford be very efficient on offense, and the defense doesn't give an inch. Yeah. Daddy O says, I see a very vanilla offense Saturday. If we attempt over 15 passes, it's not going well. See, I have said in this week over under 20 passes for South Carolina this Saturday. And it's one of the – I'll be very curious, like, what the offensive game plan is because, yes, I think you should run the football. You should run it until they make you do something other than run it. I mean, you're probably going to average 7 or 8 yards a carry at minimum. So run the football. At the same time, though, I do think this is an opportunity in this game to work on the passing game and to build some confidence and build some momentum and get some of those guys on the outside at wide receiver and your quarterbacks confidence in what is going down in the passing game. Because if you can't do it against EIU, how on God's green earth are you going to throw the ball against anybody else? You know what I mean? So run the football, establish the run, establish the line of scrimmage, set the tone for the game, but also find ways to throw the ball as well. Brandon Spell, the super chat. Brandon Spell, appreciate you, my friend. Brandon Spell with a super chat. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love, my guy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sincerely appreciate it. Tate Chetzer says, dominate the line of scrimmage, dominate the second level, and dominate the secondary. Just dominate, period. Just dominate everything. Courtney Washington, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Most people are saying run the football. Definitely. Run the football. Courtney Washington, I think our whole game plan this week will be vanilla this week, and probably next week I see a lot of playing time for the reserves. Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to get to in this game, Courtney. Empty the bench. Empty the bench. Get everybody out there. No doubt. No doubt. That's what you want to see happen. Justin Warren, what do you think about Kyla Corton from Somerton, South Carolina? I watched some film on him recently. I think he's going to be a nice fit here. He's only 6'3", but can jump in his good hands. Justin Warren, I'll be honest with you, I have not seen any film on Kyla Corton. I been so busy, man, I haven't had time to stop and watch Kyla Corton film, believe it or not. Guys, we're 12:42 right now. 3 minutes. We will take our first 5-minute break of the show. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Episode 488 of the podcast did drop this morning. Like I said, guys, a full preview, breakdown of EIU, the game. Also, fantastic conversation and a great interview with Brad Lawing. Be sure you check that out. Nard. Oh, it's Nard. Nard is back. How many games do you think y'all going to win? Nard. I'm locked in at 6-6, Nard. I'm locked in at 6-6. In case you didn't know, Nard was in the season simulation series last night. So I'm glad to see Nard take the time to join. Nard there's no Clemson shows going down right now, so he's jumping in here. Let's see. Luke RJ, I'm almost more excited about the defense. Clayton White said he has nothing to hide on defense. Love the confidence, and he said basically doesn't need to hold back any plays for any other games. I mean, yeah, why would you hold anything back in game one? We need to go out there and work on everything. Ricky Leathers calling it now. Gamecock score on special teams within the first 2 games. Wouldn't doubt it, Ricky. Wouldn't doubt it. Would not doubt it at all. Again, guys, we're taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. Got a lot to get into here on a Thursday as we sit now just 2 days away. It's crazy, guys. 2 days. Tomorrow is game day eve. Today is game day eve of game day eve. We're that close. Guys, appreciate y'all, man. The love and support throughout the preseason. It's been incredible, and I cannot wait to embark on this journey with you all. That is the 2021 football season. But like I said, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. We're talking everything South Carolina going into the season, EIU, everything you need to know about the Panthers, the game itself on Saturday, key matchups, keys to the game. I'd like to continue to hear, what are your keys to victory for South Carolina in this one? Again, a game where you're a 42.5-point favorite. But what does South Carolina need to do to have a successful season opener? All that, more, Coming up, guys, you're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, folks, we're back. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 on this Thursday, September the 2nd, 2021. Appreciate you all tuning in just 2 days away from kickoff and 2 days away from the beginning of the Shane Beamer era. Guys, quick reminders really, really quickly. Tomorrow night, Friday, September the 3rd, downtown Columbia, off Main Street, right across the street from the State House. My good friend Cox by 90 and I will be on the patio at Hall's Chop House, right off Main Street. Would love to have you come out there. We'll be out at 5 o'clock. We'll be out there, a little meet and greet 5 to 6, and then 6 to 7, we will have our live show, breaking down everything, our kickoff show, talking Gamecocks against EIU and giving our last-minute thoughts on the 2021 football season. Also, guys, we have a huge giveaway, One lucky fan who is there in person. We are giving away a $200 gift card to Halls. $200. You can eat a lot of steak on $200. $200 gift card to Halls. Also, my good buddy Jeremy from Apex Art and Design, he will have a piece in the giveaway. Also, we will have other goodies, swag, merch. One huge giveaway to one lucky fan, guys. Truly looking forward to it. And again, would love to see you all out there. Also, quick reminder, TSUS Tailgate will be located at Seawells. Seawells, we will be out there all day long, guys. I'll let you know on social media an official time, but we'll be out there all day long. Man, my buddies are talking about getting out there at 11 or noon at the latest. So the TSUS tailgate spot, the TSUS tailgate will officially be set up at Seawells. Seawells is where we'll be. And then Jay's Corner. I see Sean O'Brien says, what time will you be at Jay's Corner? Jay's Corner, live pregame show at Jay's Corner, 3 to 4. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls from there as well. Jay's Corner, 3 to 4. Going to be a really, really, really good time. And again, guys, I appreciate you all, your love and support, making something like this possible. Really looking forward to that show out at Jay's Corner. So again, going to be a really, really good time. Appreciate you all. Would love to see you all out there. Again, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Jesse Jacobs, I didn't catch the simulation last night. Did we get smacked by Clemson? Yes, we did. Wasn't very fun to watch. James Kendall, it took me and the wife a month to get into Halls in Charleston. All you guys need to do is call Chris for tomorrow. Yeah, hey, we've got reserved seating for tomorrow night. Let me know. We got about 15 seats. If you're going to be there, let me know. Let's see. I have never been to the Halls in Charleston. No, I have not. I've heard that one's a little bit more fancy than the one in Columbia. I mean, not to say the one in Columbia is not fancy, but I've heard the one in Charleston's like crazy. So, Brandon Spell, which player has the best chance to be a first-team All-SEC player and why? I mean, it's got to be J.J. Nigbare, Brandon. I mean, because he's literally projected to be a first-team All-SEC guy. So, easily J.J. Nigbare. Outside of J.J., though, Nigbare, I would probably say, Marshawn Lloyd. It's got to be Lloyd or Kevin Harris. Probably Marshawn Lloyd or Jordan Birch. I would say one of those two guys. Keith, any thoughts on the Spalding kid starting at nickel? All we got's all we need, and all we got's all we got. I mean, I hate to say that, man. Might be a really, really good player. Who knows? But, it's like Shane Beamer said, when you got a bunch of new guys that have never played at this level, and I've said it too, when you're depending on the amount of lower-level players that South Carolina is, it's scary. I'm not going to lie to you. It is scary. So the fact that we have a Georgia Southern transfer starting in our secondary, yeah, it's a little scary. I'm not going to beat around the bush with you. It's scary. So I don't know much about the Spalding kid in regards to like how he's adjusted to this level. Obviously, he's practiced well enough to get the nod at that position. You just hope he adjusted this level very, very quickly and has a lot of success. That's all you can really say. So let's hope so. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. You can call that number. You can text that number as well. If you prefer to text that number, you most certainly can. Again, have a packed weekend. Have an absolutely packed weekend. Upcoming. And appreciate you all, your love and support, man. Looking forward to one hell of a 2021 football season. One hell of a season upcoming. Thank you guys so much, man. It's crazy. We've been navigating this preseason, and I'll tell you this, guys, again. I joked with you guys a few weeks ago, but you definitely, in my seat, it's very fun to project and predict and all that good stuff. But, like, you get to a point like this week, I'm like, bro, I'm just ready to play. Like, I am ready to talk about an actual game that happened. You know what I mean? Because there's only so many ways you can dissect and break down games. And it's like, bro, can we just get to kickoff? I mean, holy hell. Like, all these questions we have, the only way questions will be answered is by our team actually getting out on the field. So I'm looking forward to us finally playing. It's going to be Saturday's just going to be incredible. Saturday's going to be a day like out of a dream. It truly is. Let's see. We have a text here. Doty, end of season, passing touchdown, rushing touchdown to INT total. Again, really hard to predict, man. I mean, really hard to predict. I'd say, I don't know, dude. I don't feel like I can give a very fair prediction. I don't know, man. It's so tough to say. It's so tough to say. Savannah Webster, watching any games tonight? Yeah, I'll definitely have, I'm going to be at Carolina Calls with Shane Beamer. I might bring my laptop. Is that crazy? Does that seem like a crazy move to bring the laptop to the Carolina Calls? That might be a little much. I definitely want to catch some of the App State ECU game. Definitely want to watch the Tennessee Bowling Green. Just keep an eye on it, whatever. But, kind of flipping through and watching all of them, right? I mean, why not? So, but I mean, hell, I'm busy tonight. I'll be totally honest with you, man. I'm busy tonight. We've got Carolina Calls at 7. I've got my fantasy draft at 8, and we're doing the season simulation series at 9 o'clock. So it ain't like I'm just sitting around doing nothing tonight. I can tell you that much. So, but again, that's a blessing. It's a blessing to be busy. WB Prothman, are you doing any post-game stuff? You already talked about this. Apologies. No, WB, it's fine. I appreciate you asking. As far as like a post-game show, no. I just think the logistics behind it, man, it's just not easy to, we're already doing all the pregame stuff. We're already doing the tailgate. And then then I'm going to the game. I say you got to. I mean, it's awesome. Going to the game. But coming out of the game and doing that after, there's just a lot of moving pieces. And I just think it'd be more trouble than it's worth. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm not planning on doing a post-game show. We'll do the pregame show. But again, it's going to be a week-to-week thing. I just know for this one, especially with a 7 o'clock game, I mean, hell, the game's not going to be over to like 10:30 or damn near 11 o'clock. So I will not do an immediate post-game show. No, I will not. I will do a post-game video, as I normally do, but I will not do like a full-out production, if that makes sense. Somebody text in, you'll be all lubed up after the game. That's why. That's honestly not why, because I don't drink in the stadium. I actually sit there and just watch the game. That's really not why. I mean, if I was lubed up, here's the funny thing. Again, just going back 2 years, the Fire Must Chant video, when everybody said I was drunk, I'm like, bro, if I was drunk, you would know. When I get drunk, I get drunk. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't. So, and I would just tell you if I was drunk or not. At this point, I would just say if I was drunk. I mean, I had a buzz going, but I certainly was not drunk. I can tell you that. So, I mean, listen, I could do a post-game show. Again, there's just so many moving pieces, and it's more trouble than it's worth. I hate to say that, but it's just setting up and doing. I mean, you guys have to understand, when we do shows, it's a production. I mean, it's not just I could go like on Instagram Live maybe or something like that, but no, I'm not going to do like an official post-game. I mean, because, hey, and you think about it too, most people are just getting out of town after the game. They're not going to stop by and watch a post-game show like they are a pre-game show. So, Sit Dog 9, Sunday night stream. Stream of what, Sit Dog? After tonight, the sims are over. After tonight, the simulations are over. So, no, there will not be any sort of Sunday night stream that I can think of. No, probably not. Probably not. Plums, indeed. When you get drunk, yeah, Plums has seen me at my best. I really don't get like that a lot anymore, man. Yeah, Monday morning's your post-game show. We're cool with it. Yeah, exactly. Mondays on the Daily Crow, that is sort of the post-game show and just the Monday podcast as a whole. Let's see. Tommy Wallace, does Doty dress and at least go through pregame warm-ups? That's a great question, Tommy. That's a great question. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I mean, if he's not going to play, there's no point in him dressing out. But who knows? Who knows? Savannah Webster, I'll be scoping ECU and Ohio State, Minnesota. Ohio State, Minnesota will be a really, really good game. Really good game. Nate Moore ready to knock back some cold ones and watch the Gamecocks set out for vengeance, indeed. Nard must chant Worcester coach. That's a Clemsonology if you've ever heard of it. Worcester coach than Sparky Woods. David Garrick, thank you for a great show. To quote a man I've worked with several times, whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. I love that. Luke RJ, how long after the game will your crew be at Seawells? Honestly, Luke, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. And again, it differs. It varies, right? For a 7 o'clock game, I mean, how late will they stay out at the tailgate lot? I have no idea. I mean, my plan will be this. Go to the game. After the game, go back to the Seawells lot. How long we're there, I have no idea. Truly have. I don't even know, like, what time Seawells closes or anything. So I have no clue. No clue. Again, guys, we are in hour 2. Appreciate you all tuning in. Hour 2 of the Daily Crow as we sit here 102 on a Thursday, September the 2nd, 2021. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much, guys, again, for the continued love and support. Very, very excited for the weekend. Very excited for the weekend. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Keith, Coastal does play tonight. You are correct. Coastal Carolina does play tonight, yes. Rebecca Dean Strandage, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. I'll ask you guys, how have you enjoyed the content this week? Because I feel like content is flowing. We'll put it that way. Content is flowing. All right, I think we have to watch this together. Steven Garcia's commercial for Green's Beverage just came out. I have not seen it yet. Let's watch this together really quickly. It's not that long. Hold on. I'm sure you guys want to see this. This has to be just golden content. I heard that he was doing this. Let's see. All right, we ready? I'm going to mute my mic, okay? I'm going to mute my mic so we can all hear.
I've been preparing for this for my entire life. Elite in the shotgun.
Touchdown Gamecocks.
Executing flawless handoffs. A true dual threat. For anyone that still doubts me, it's time to prove them wrong. Again, for every Gamecock football game, I'll be doing my game day shopping exclusively at Greens. I've been preparing for...
What a guy he is. What a guy Garcia is. Oh, my God, Garcia. What a legend Gar is. What a freaking legend Gar is, bro. Wow. All right, let's head over to the TDC Questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord. Bad Brad says, I know we've all said we want to run the ball a lot. However, the clock will run out quickly if all we do is run, which gives us less chance to see each level of our depth chart, including our quarterbacks. Indeed, I think this certainly is going to be the game you try to see balance. I think they're going to try to have balance, no question. Yeah, and the wide receivers, Bad Brad, exactly. Sperminator says, Clowney's 4.5 sack record in danger. It might be, honestly. It might be. I don't know what, does anybody know what the individual game sack record is for South Carolina? Because that's the record that might be in jeopardy. Bradley Abston got to save for some content for Monday's show in the podcast. I'd agree to the logistics of that would be very difficult. Yeah, I mean, again, like if we played at noon and then we could have a post-game show, sure, but just the entire production of a post-game show, it's believe it or not, the pregame show is easier. Now, for the road games, when we're at Carolina Ale House, doing a post-game show isn't that hard because we're just sitting here like this. You know what I mean? And also, I'll tell you guys this. We're doing the pregame show at Jay's Corner, which I'm fired up for and excited about. I cannot guarantee it'll be an every game thing because, guys, like I said, so many things are dictated by what time the game is. Again, noon games just kind of throw everything out of whack, to be totally honest. All right, let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Dalton, what's up, man? How are you?
How's it going, man? We got about 48 hours until kickoff.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's wild. Like yesterday, it was 100 days till kick, and now we're just about 2 days away. It's nuts. So
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be packed at Willie B on Saturday, and good to see all the fans back in there, and it's good to see that all the traditions are coming back, and everything like that. I had a thought, though, that I wanted to run by you real quick.
Okay.
So I noticed that, for all, like, I feel like we have one of the best fan bases in the SEC personally. And I think if you look at the, enthusiasm and how many people we have in the stadium each year and our season ticket sales and all that stuff, that would bear it out. But why do you think South Carolina doesn't really get the respect in the SEC? Like, we're always seen as, like, the bottom feeders, like, we'll never be anything. And, whenever it's a matchup between, let's say, Auburn and South Carolina, they never give us a chance for anything outside of, our own little fan base.
Honestly, I just think lack of success on the field. I mean, you just want to be blunt about it. I mean, you look at the history of South Carolina football, man, and Carolina really hadn't won jack shit. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's just the truth. I mean, it's just outside of a 3-year pocket or 4-year pocket from 10 to 13 and a couple other random seasons, 84, 69. I mean, what has Carolina done? I agree with you. And the one thing that Muschamp said when he was here that I really agreed with was, sometimes it means more just based on what your logo is. But teams that win, they get a lot more respect than teams that don't. Clemson used to not get the respect they get now. Dude, that Clemsoning was a term to describe them, right? Like, they got made fun of on a national level. But when you just win and you win and you win and you win, well, respect is earned, not given freely. So, I don't like it any more than you do, but I think that's just the reality, bro. I mean, that's why I truly just try to not even get worked up about it and pay attention to it because, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks outside of the program, but I think that's honestly why, man. I think that's honestly why. I love Carolina football and love the program, love being a Gamecock, but if you're honest and you're blunt about it, South Carolina just hasn't won a lot. And so when you haven't won a lot, you're just not going to get the respect you want. I think South Carolina started to get that respect in 10 to 13, but it's because they were winning, that people are going to respect a winner, but not going to get you're just not going to get the benefit of the doubt when you're not winning football games. So hopefully Shane Beamer can bring that back and take Carolina to heights they've never been before, but I think that's what it would take, to be totally honest with you, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little, you go on the internet and you see all the national hype about college football and all this stuff, and it's exciting, but it just feels like, we're an afterthought. We play in the best conference in the country, and people are always putting Tennessee ahead of us because, Tennessee's a blue blood or whatever. Right. I feel like we should be in the conversation with teams like Tennessee and Auburn. There's no reason why we can't be, up there, at least an above average team every single year in the SEC. It's just a little bit frustrating. I know that a lot of teams feel that way, but I don't know. With Carolina, you just look at the fan base and the enthusiasm we have around the program every single year, no matter how much we suck. And it just doesn't seem like, for recruiting and whatnot that like we should be overlooked by these high-end recruits and everything.
Well, and you make the point though about Tennessee, and I don't disagree with you that South Carolina. I mean, I have South Carolina beating Auburn, so I think the Gamecocks are not far off at all, and I haven't beaten Tennessee also. So I mean, but it's just one of those deals, like a program. That's why I say, like, you know, beating Tennessee for South Carolina is pivotal, right? Because here's the thing. Again, Tennessee does have tradition. They've won a national championship. Tennessee is going to get the benefit of the doubt long before South Carolina does. And what I mean by that is this. For people to say South Carolina has surpassed Tennessee as a program and they're above Tennessee in the SEC East hierarchy, for example, it takes South Carolina, I would say, 3 times as much success to have against one another. And let me see if I can phrase that correctly. Like, for example, South Carolina, I think, has to beat Tennessee 2 or 3 times in a row for people to say, oh, well, South Carolina's ahead of Tennessee now. If Tennessee beats South Carolina 1 time, people just say, oh, Tennessee's back above South Carolina. You see what I'm saying? Like, they just get the benefit of the doubt. Fair, unfair, whatever, whether it's right, wrong, indifferent. That's just kind of the way it is because, again, people look at Tennessee, and while Tennessee may not be good right now, they may be like a laughingstock, and we think they're a joke. Like you said, they've won before. Like they've won a national championship. So, you know, that's why they get the benefit of the doubt. They get the benefit of the doubt, fair, unfair. It's the unfortunate, just the unfortunate reality. I mean, something, you know, you fight as South Carolina. I think Shane Beamer's obviously fighting. I think Gamecock fans are respected. I think like the fan base and the passion and the loyalty. I mean, Carolina fans show up game after game after game. For 100 years, they've been doing it, just showing up, you know, and haven't really, outside, like I said, outside of a couple pockets of seasons, haven't had a winner to cheer for. They just haven't, bottom line. So,
yeah, I mean, I was watching the Illinois game last Saturday, and they were playing Sandstorm before the kickoff, right? And I'm just thinking, like, you know, how many people across the college football landscape know that Sandstorm is a South Carolina thing, like right. Aside from the people in the SEC, right? Mm-hmm. It just feels like our culture and the traditions we have are so cool, and it's something to get enthusiastic about, but we just never get any media attention, and we just never get any hype outside of like our own little echo chamber, mm-hmm. you know? And I think that's one of the reasons why recruits a lot of the times overlook South Carolina and want to go to other schools like Georgia, Florida, you know, LSU, Ohio State. Mm-hmm. And it's just a little bit frustrating, you know?
Right. How long have you, I'm just curious, like you've been a Gamecock fan your whole life, obviously. I mean, and I'd love to hear from different age ranges of Gamecocks, but I'm curious to you. Why do you think South Carolina fans are so loyal? Why do they continue to show up? You know, never have had a winner to cheer for. Why do Gamecock fans just keep showing up, keep getting their hopes up? Because I mean, we know you have to be an eternal optimist to be a Gamecock fan to a degree. But why do you think that is? Like, why? How are Gamecock fans' spirits not broken at this point?
I mean, they are to some extent. I would agree.
Fair enough.
I wasn't alive, you know, back in the 80s or right. You know, I haven't been around long enough to really like get heartbroken from this team like every single year on end for decades. Right. But I would say the reason why I keep coming back is just because of how much passion the fan base has. Like you go out in the community in the Midlands and people have Gamecock gear on. They're excited about the Gamecocks, you know, on Saturday, you know, you go to the store, you go to the grocery store or whatever. People are talking about the score, the Carolina score, you know, are we winning, you know, how many points are we winning by, stuff like that. And it's exciting to have that sort of, you know, camaraderie in the community, you know? And so I think that's the reason why people keep coming back, even if we keep losing and losing. But I just feel like we don't have to be a loser every year. You know, we don't have to be the laughingstock in the SEC. There's no reason why we can't be in the conversation with at least some of the mid-level teams in the SEC right now, like Tennessee, like, you know, maybe even LSU, I mean, LSU is obviously a bigger name, a bigger fan base, everything like that. But, teams like Auburn, there's no reason why we should be left out of why we shouldn't be getting a little bit more national attention than what we have,
Right. No, and that's why Shane Beamer was hired, because I think that is the belief that South, kind of like you said, can at least, at minimum, be a team that is a 7, 8, 9-win team every year. And like I've said, every maybe 3-4 years, you have the right team, you have the right quarterback, you have a good schedule, and you compete for the East and compete for an SEC championship. I think that is a very realistic goal for the football program. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, like I said, when I was a kid, I saw Spurrier do it. People were excited every single year about Gamecock football. People are still excited about it now, but it just felt like with Muschamp every single week, it was like we were bound to get our head kicked in like every single time we took the field. So, now that we have a new coach in there, I feel like, my optimism level is a little bit up. Like I'm not over here saying we're gonna go undefeated and we're going to the SEC championship or we're going to a New Year's Six bowl game or anything like that. But I think if you get the right guy in who can get us that national media attention and make people respect us and make people pay attention to us, then we can go on a run, and maybe win something. But it just feels like no matter what we do, no matter how much success we were to get, let's say we blew out everybody's expectations this year. We won 6-7 games, right? We went to a bowl game. We won the bowl game. People would still say, that's just a fluke. Carolina ain't nothing. They're,
right.
They suck. They're going to end up, crashing and burning at some point.
Right. Yeah. You make a lot of good points, my friend. You make a lot of good points.
Yeah, that's just the frustrating part to me. Like, I understand the enthusiasm, but you just look around the college football landscape, and it's not getting any easier. With Texas and Oklahoma coming to the SEC, we're gonna have to step our game up, obviously. But with the NIL and how recruiting changed from the 1990s when the internet wasn't popular to now, where you have all these rankings for recruits and like the 4 stars and the 5 stars and all these guys that are known by all the big fan bases in college football, and they're recruiting them heavily. It just feels like now that the parity level already wasn't there for the mid-level fan bases in college football, but now it's even going further away from us now to where it's even harder to compete because of how everything is, you know?
Right. No, I mean, dude, you make valid points. You make valid points. And I know, some people would say it's a doom and gloom, but it's a very realistic and sobering look at the situation. It is. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about it. I don't think I'm ever gonna, give up on the Gamecocks. I'm hoping that I'll, if the Gamecocks ever make it to a national championship, I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably sell my 401k and I'll go to it. I'll cash out whatever investments I have. No matter how expensive it is, I'll hitch a ride if I can't afford gas. Because I feel like it's going to be, if we make it there one time, it's going to be the only time in my entire life that I ever get to see it. So,
yeah,
I know that's always in the back of my head, but it's just how it feels with Carolina right now, and it's pretty much how it felt, ever since I started following the Gamecocks. But I just wanted to run that by you, see what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least if nothing else, with Shane Beamer, we do have hope now. We have hope, and that's all you can really ask for at this point. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens.
All right, man. I'm excited for EIU, though. I think we're going to crush EIU. I mean, no reason why we shouldn't win against EIU and ECU.
Yeah,
so
I'd agree.
I'm excited to sort of, get us 6 wins, 6-7 wins under our belt, and rub it in the national media's face, and show them that the guy that they've been hating on for, since he got hired, saying he's got no experience as a head coach, he's gonna suck, isn't even gonna win 4 games this year. I'm ready to prove those guys wrong, and I believe in Shane Beamer. I believe in this team to go out there and make it happen this year. So
yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be one hell of a ride, man, for sure. But Saturday is going to be very special. I think it's gonna be a very fun night for everybody wearing the garnet and black. So at least we can say that for sure. So
yeah. All right, man. Well, you have a good one today, and have a good one on Saturday, and go Gamecocks.
Yeah, Dalton, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, take care. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. My guy Plums just called in. If you want to call back in, Plums, my bad. I was just letting him finish up. Make some points. I feel like that was like Gamecock therapy right there. that was Gamecock therapy. Well, Aaron Hodges says 6 wins, rubbing it in someone's face, ? Well, I mean, to everybody that picks South Carolina to win 3 or 4, I mean, I guess it kind of would. Let's see. Luke RJ says, my spirit is not broken as a Gamecock fan. All that stuff doesn't matter anymore. Beamer is the one. All it takes is a good coach for us. Let's jump back to the phone lines real quick.
Anthony Plummer.
Plums, what's going on, my guy? How are you?
What's going on, brother?
Dude, just hanging out, man. Chilling. Ready for Saturday. What's up?
Much consistency is key.
Yeah.
I know you were just talking to Dalton.
Yeah.
Man. Consistency is key. I know he sounded a little younger. I don't know how young he is, but he talked about being a young kid when Carolina was having their best success in the late to mid 2000s. We're a little bit older. I remember at least the 0-21 days.
See, I don't really remember that. I don't really remember that. I mean,
I remember it.
You
I
remember it vividly.
Because I went to the Arkansas game in like 02 or 03, I think, where we beat them, and it was like one of the first games, like it was like one of the first winning seasons we had. This was Lou Holt.
Right.
Funny story. Like not long after that, I think Tripp got me the football with Lou Holt's signature on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But so like I remember those days. So this time is not great, but dude, we haven't, like you said, man, we haven't been respected for years because we haven't earned it.
Right. Respect is earned, not given.
Like I love Carolina football, and I like you. I agree. I think the fan base is respected. I mean, more so of like these guys, it's like they just can't. They don't quit.
Right.
And that's respectable. So like I get that, but he's talking about how we did start getting respect, and we did. From like 09 to 13, 14, we had respect, and also we were winning and finished inside the top 10 like 4 times. So. Again, you talked about it is, winning breeds more winning, and winning breeds more happiness, and consistency is key.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I agree. 110%. I agree.
Who are you more excited to see on, in terms of running backs this weekend? I'm really excited to see Andre White.
I mean, it's got to be Marshawn. I just after the wait.
I get that. Like,
yeah.
Right. Like,
that's just the obvious answer, I guess.
Right. Like, I feel like, to me, like, that's like, Marshawn Lloyd's going to do a thing. He's that guy. Like, he's that guy. Like, you can see he's that guy. Like, I'm super excited to see Conrad because I just want to see what this kid can do. Because there's so many people talking about how explosive he is. As a matter of fact, I think Marshawn was talking about him or Juju, one of the two, where he was like, talking about how great they are, and I'm just like, I want to see what these other kids see. I want to see this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see Juju. I mean, we've heard so much about him. I mean, I'm ready to see what he can do. I mean, God, the hype has been crazy through the preseason and through fall camp, and
wild.
Yeah,
it's wild, man. Yeah. I tell you what, man, it's so nice to be somewhat excited for a football season again.
Yeah, I think I told you this. So nice. I think I told you this at some point, but after we did the live show at Rita's a couple weeks ago, I just looked at Jeff Cox by 90. I was like, you think we'd be doing all these live shows and all that if Muschamp had come back and was the coach? I mean, I don't know. I think we'd. Here's the funny thing, Plums. I think fans would still be excited and they'd be hopeful and just because they're South Carolina fans. I think, but it would feel empty in a way. You know what I mean?
It would feel empty. It would feel like you're putting on a brave face and just putting it
Right.
through the storm. No, I completely agree with you.
I can't tell you how much more fun this preseason has been for me personally, not having to every storyline be about your coach's job security. That's been fantastic.
Right.
So,
well, you could tell too, dude, man. You look and sound so much more excited when you're doing the podcast, which is great, which makes better content. You're making more content, which is even better. So, like, you could obviously tell it, and like you said, you talked about it the other day, either on during the show during 12 or one of the podcasts, whatever. You talked about it. It's so nice, like as you just alluded to, when you don't have to talk about all the negative shit all the time.
mm. Yeah,
It's nice when there's just a little bit of positivity. Like, we could go out and we could suck it up. We could go like 4-8 again, like, whatever. But there's hope, and there's a little bit of positivity inside the program that hasn't been there, to be honest with you, in quite some time. And it's a nice, refreshing change.
it is. It is.
Really
No,
nice.
it really is. Again, hope is not a strategy, as my good friend Alex McGrath says. Hope is not a strategy, but without hope, you have nothing. You have nothing. So you have to have it. You have to at least have it.
Gotta have it.
You have to have it.
Yep, gotta have it. Can't depend on it all the time, but you gotta have it.
Yep. Absolutely 110% fact, man. And like I said, if nothing else, I think Saturday is going to be it's going to be, again, that's why I don't understand these fans like, "Oh, why are we playing this team?" It's like, dude, this South Carolina, this fan base deserves a game like this that it's going to get Saturday. We are due a game like this. So,
yeah, we need a game where we just beat the hell out of somebody. Like, sorry to EIU, but South Carolina as a D1 Division SEC school, and their fan base needs a game where they just literally dominate physically on both sides of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 110%.
I am on vacation time. I got off this morning. I will be headed to the beach this weekend. I will be drinking some cold ones and watching the Gamecocks game from Merle's Inlet.
Very nice. Sounds like a good weekend, my guy. Sounds like a very good weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good weekend, good week. But, all right, man, I'll let you get back to it. Just wanted to call in, say what's up.
For sure, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, Plums, anytime.
Always, brother. Bye.
Thanks, man. Great stuff, guys. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Phone lines. The phones are ringing off the hook, folks. Phone lines are ringing off the hook. 843-790-3377. Let's see. We do have a text here. I understand why Zeb's starting has become a national story, but why are outsiders using it as a reflection on how bad our program is? Well, again, ma'am, you know why? Because it's easy. It's easy. It's easy to poke fun at South Carolina. It's easy to kick a man while he's down, and that's what you're seeing happening. That's why people are doing that. Bottom line, that's why people are doing that. Will Golden, do you think Davis, the quarterback recruit, will be a program changer? Whether it's Luke Doty, whether it's Zeb Nolan, God forbid, whether it's Jason Brown, Colton Gauthier, Braden Davis, whoever it is, that is certainly on the short list of priorities for head coach Shane Beamer. You got to find that guy at quarterback. You've got to hit that home run at quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance. And look at programs all over the country. When they found that quarterback, their program changed. You have to find that guy. You just flat out have to find that guy. So I don't know if he's going to be the one, but you got to find the one. No question. No question. Let's see. Taking your questions, comments, calls, guys. Some very interesting banter today. And I thought the caller earlier, Dalton, I appreciate him calling in. And that was a very sobering take and a sobering reality on Gamecock football. And I'm going to say something, and I don't want you guys – I'm curious to how you'll take it because we're about to take a 5-minute break. We can talk about it more on the other side. South Carolina should strive to be Iowa. South Carolina should strive to be Iowa State. South Carolina should strive to be Wisconsin. And what I mean by that is this. Those are programs, they're not on the level of Alabama, of what Clemson is, unfortunately, of what Georgia is. And I know that stings Gamecock fans because people look to the upstate and what's going on, and they're like, well, we should be doing that. But hear me out. Realistically, if South Carolina could be a program that averaged 7 to 8, maybe 9 wins a season, and every 3 or 4 years has the quarterback or the roster or the schedule or whatever, competes for the East title and the SEC championship, I think that is a fantastic goal and a very realistic goal for Gamecocks football. And guys, again, any of you that say you would not take that are lying, because that would be the most successful run. If South Carolina did that over a 10-year period, it'd be by far the most successful 10-year period and 10-year run in Gamecocks football history. I think that's what South Carolina should truly strive for, and it can be. Now, once you get to that point, then you can say, okay, what do we have to do to go to the next level to be a consistent a double-digit win per year team? What do we have to do to take it to the next level? But I think right now, being a 7 to 8, maybe every now and then 9-win team, and then every 3 or 4 years competing for a title, I think that's realistic for Gamecocks football. What are your thoughts, guys? Would love to hear them. Again, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. We're taking your questions, your comments, and your calls here on a Thursday. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. Be right back. All right, what's up, guys? We're back here on a Thursday, September the 2nd, 2021, 1:36 p.m. Appreciate you all tuning in, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Guys, appreciate it, man. 2 days away from the beginning of the Shane Beamer era. Also, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to TDC Questions to make sure your questions are answered. Sperminator in the TDC Questions channel says, if some of your listeners are right and we win 8 games, do they immediately redo contracts, or do you think they're more conscious since the last regime? Sperminator, I think it would be very, very foolish to rework a contract after 1 year. I think that'd be silly. So no, I don't think they do that. Absolutely not. Courtney Washington, how can we beat Iowa and Wisconsin? Look at who they play and look at who we play. Big difference. I think we should just be the best South Carolina we can be. Courtney, you understand what I'm saying. Like, don't try to play that game. You understand the hypothetical or the point that I'm making, Courtney. I feel like you understand. All right, let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Aaron, what's going on, man? How are you?
Oh man, I'm chilling, man. I'm rolling on my way to the gym.
Very nice.
All right, let me get a few things off my chest. First, about the Zeb Nolan thing.
Mm-hmm.
How many of us out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this was Clemson, Georgia, or any school that we played, right? Any school that we played consistently, how many of us wouldn't be out there clowning? How many of us wouldn't be out there clowning the way this unfolded?
I agree with you 110%, honestly. If the shoe was on the other foot and this was Clemson, yes, Gamecock fans would be having a field day with it. That's a fact. You're right.
And listen, I've been saying, I know I say this in your chat like every single time, but he was run out of Iowa State because he got benched, and he got benched at North Dakota State. Now, I don't think this is exactly like Colin Hill. So the reason I was so against Colin Hill last year is because he didn't perform well at freaking Colorado State.
Right.
So he's going to come up a level and perform good here at South Carolina. That doesn't make sense to me. Anybody can improve. Anybody can improve dramatically. But it's just a little far-fetched to think that someone's going to come up a level to the SEC East and improve. I just don't. I don't see it. But who am I? Who am I?
Right.
As far as I hear people keep talking about respect, and honestly, I just want I want us as Gamecock fans, let's just shut up and do it. We haven't done anything since the 11-win season to deserve respect. I really just want to shut up and do it.
Mm-hmm.
The Shane Beamer, although we feel really good, as far as mindset, he has this team going in the absolute right direction. Mm-hmm. But this is a big risk. He hasn't done it on a smaller level. He hasn't been in charge of a team other than special teams coordinator. I mean, this is a big risk. If he succeeds, there'll be a lot of other people who've just been special teams coordinators and associate head coaches that'll get the shot. But until he either succeeds or fails, this is going to be a really big question mark. And hey, man, you do a good job. Thank you for shooting it. Thank you for shooting it straight as you can and being passionate about it. And man, get your paper up, brother.
I appreciate it, man. For sure. Thank you for the call. Good stuff. 843-790-3377. Guys, I agree with him. I agree with everything he said, actually. And that's something that's the conversation that nobody wants to have. And we're 110% balled in, and I certainly am. And I'm not changing my tune 2 days before kickoff. I mean, guys, I have the head coach's name on a T-shirt. I'm obviously balled into what Shane Beamer's doing, what he's saying, what he's building. But the caller makes a good point. The first point that he makes about the respect thing, I agree. You're not going to get any respect when you don't put a respectable product on the field. Just bottom line. I think of myself as a former college athlete and teams we would play. If we played a team every year and they were hot garbage, why would I respect you? You're trash. You suck. And that's what South Carolina's been the last couple of years. His point about Shane Beamer, he's right. He's right. He has a point. He has a point, and I said this when Beamer was hired. And again, this is the conversation no Gamecock fan wants to have because we all want to believe it's going to work out. And I believe it will. But there's no guarantees in life. It may be a massive failure. It could. It really could. Now, again, I don't think it's going to be. I think there are things that tell us through this first preseason that it's going to be a massive success. But I'll just say this, and again, it's very popular now to be on the side that I'm on about Will Muschamp and say he was a bum and he sucked and he wasn't a good coach. But I remember a time not too long ago where Gamecock fans loved the guy. They loved him. They believed in him. They thought he was one of them. People were saying the same thing. Again, I'm certainly not comparing Beamer to Muschamp. I'm just making the point of it is healthy to have perspective and to understand that there are no guarantees. Yes, it is a massive risk South Carolina took hiring a guy with no experience. And again, that is just seeing the other side of things. That is not being negative. That is not insinuating that it's not going to be a massive success in Columbia, but that is just real. That is seeing both sides of the coin, guys, because there are two sides. Shane Beamer may be the best coach in South Carolina football history. This also could blow up in South Carolina's face. It could happen. It could happen. So the caller makes a great point. I think it's going to be a successful tenure. I truly do. But you have to go into it believing that. You have to go into it with positive energy and positive thoughts. Because if you don't, then you have no chance to succeed. I mean, I say this about real everyday life, and I'll tell you guys. I mean, again, if you navigate through life with a positive attitude, there's no guarantees that something positive will happen, right? But if you go through life with a negative attitude, well, you're basically guaranteed all the bad things that are coming, right? You can't beat a bad attitude. And I know that might sound like a cliche or something corny to say, but it is the truth. It is the truth. So he makes a good point. And that's, I'll be honest with you, it might sound crazy to some of you. That's been the one thing I wish I could have found this preseason, was someone who was willing to come on my show and have the alternate opinion in regards to Shane Beamer. Because everybody that I've had on, national or analyst, has told me what I wanted to hear about Shane Beamer. Everybody's been positive about it. They all believe he's going to work. They all believe he's going to win. I'm like, I know there's people out there that are the opposite. I know there's people out there that don't think this is going to work. I'd love to hear why they believe that. And again, if nothing, maybe it's just I'm wired that way where I like to hear all sides. I like to hear people's reasoning. I like to know why people think certain things. And again, I know this is kind of a weird conversation, I guess, to be having 2 days before the beginning of the Shane Beamer era and 2 days before the start of the 2021 season. But I like seeing both sides of things. I like hearing both sides of things. And Travis says, we want the risk. What the hell do we have to lose? And I agree. I agree 110%. I agree 110%. It was the right move for South Carolina because we do have nothing to lose. Hey, this wouldn't be the right move for Alabama. This wouldn't be the right move probably for Georgia. This wouldn't be the right move for a number of schools. And I told you guys that when Shane Beamer was hired. We kept hearing culture, culture, culture. And that was the number one thing and the most important thing for South Carolina. For a lot of schools, that's not the most important thing. It's not. But for South Carolina, it's a unique job and a unique place. So you had to go make a unique hire in my mind. Let's see. Dylan Prothman, where Muschamp messed up is when Colin Hill went out there and lost game after game and he never gave Ryan or another quarterback a chance. Do we really need to get back into the Colin Hill, Ryan Helinski thing? The fact that Luke Doty was never inserted, I agree. Luke RJ, people felt that about Muschamp because we were just stuck with him. He was just our coach, and we hoped he could win and produce. But again, Luke, you're saying that now. It's easy to say that now in hindsight, but be honest with yourself, Luke. Be honest. Would you have said that after year 3? There were not many folk out there saying what you are saying. So, I mean, like I said, when I said fire Muschamp after the UNC game in 2019, I mean, the reaction from people wanted me exiled from the fan base, folks. So, yeah, people liked Muschamp. At one point, they did. Let's not try to pretend like it's okay. It's okay as you gathered more information and we saw this dude for what he was, people flipped and said, oh, okay, he's actually not a good coach. But it's okay to admit that at one point you thought he was the guy. At one point you thought he was going to be massively successful here. Heck, I did too. I remember specifically going in the 2018 season. And yes, I was doing TSUS at that point, but it was much, much smaller. But I remember thinking, man, is South Carolina going to compete with Georgia this year? We had those aspirations and those thoughts after South Carolina beat Michigan in the Outback Bowl. We did. So all I'm saying is, like, there's no guarantees. That's all I'm saying. Plum says can't see the whole picture without both sides. Absolutely. Tanner Land, he says he's absolutely right about Beamer. If you take a look at history, most of the time great head coaches' sons never seem to pan out as head coaches. Take a look at Steve Spurrier Jr., Skip Holtz, and the Bowden brothers. Again, this is not a show where we are like bashing the hiring of Shane. We're not doing that, but the caller brings up some very interesting points. Tommy Wallace says if you have any success, you must separate yourself from other teams with your recruiting, and I think Shane Beamer knows, understands that, and intends to make that happen. Only time will tell. Patience. Yes, patience. I mean, I literally just left a comment to somebody on Instagram. They said on Instagram, they commented and said to what Brad Lawing was saying about having patience, like we need more confidence, there's no reason we can't compete in the SEC. And I'll just say this, guys, be optimistic, be hopeful, show up, show out, be loud, but having realistic expectations in year 1 of the Shane Beamer era, I think is very, very healthy for the Gamecocks fan base. I think it's very, very, very healthy. I think it is. So, it's okay. It's okay to have realistic expectations for South Carolina football. It's okay. In year 1 especially, it's okay. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. We got about 12 minutes left. 12 minutes left here on the Daily Crow. Thursday, just 2 days away from kickoff. Guys, I'll ask you this question. We'll spend our last 10 minutes or so talking about this. This is looking way down the road, right? I mean, I hope Shane Beamer's here for the next 20 years, right? That means he's winning, doing a hell of a job. What would spell a successful tenure for Shane Beamer in your mind? What's a successful tenure? Because I don't think you can say, well, if he wins a national championship or if he wins an SEC championship. But what really, what is a successful tenure? I'm curious, because I don't think anybody would look at Muschamp's tenure and say that was a success, right? Even with the games we won and we won an Outback Bowl, nobody says that was a success, right? Nobody says that. Spurrier's tenure, success. Took the program to new heights, no doubt. The Holtz tenure, I think, was a success. He did begin the process of changing the culture of South Carolina football, and his hiring led to Steve Spurrier. Success. Brad Scott tenure, no. I mean, did win the first bowl game in school history, but no. Sparky Woods tenure, absolutely not. Joe Morrison tenure, success. All for different reasons, right? They didn't win national titles. None of them won an SEC. So what would make a successful tenure for Beamer? Plum says a decade of 7-5 and higher ball. I honestly know fans, Plums, they may scoff at you, but dude, you have to understand the history of Carolina football. If Carolina, over the course of a 10-year period, averaged 7.5 wins, which would mean they're going to have seasons with more than 7 or 8 wins. They might have a few that are 5 and 6, but they're going to have a lot of seasons that are 8 and 9 win seasons. That would be the most successful decade in Carolina football history. It would. It really would. If you average 7.5 or 8 wins over a decade, most successful run in school history. And I think that would be a success. Absolutely. Absolutely it would. Chris Ybarra says an East win. Well, I think if you have a decade of 7.5 to 8 wins average, I think you probably do get an East somewhere in there. Brandon Wagner, go to multiple SEC championships, win at least one. Brandon Wagner, depends on how long he's here. Well, if he's doing stuff like that, he's going to be here quite a while. Travis, get to 9 wins consistently and compete for the SEC every 3 or 4 years. Success. Tommy Wallace, if he's here 10 years, then he will have been successful. That is a really good way to look at it, honestly. Dylan Prothman, have to win 11 games a season for at least 3 seasons. Dylan, come on. You can't be serious. You have to be just bullshitting. Dakota Lee Center Fight averaged 8 to 9 wins a year with a couple runs of 11-plus win seasons, even maybe one SEC championship, at least make it to Atlanta a couple years, in my opinion. Whew. We got some fans setting some really high expectations. We got some fans setting some super, super high expectations. Thomas Walker, I think keeping the fans happy for 5 years will be successful. I'll follow up that question with this question. Because I don't really look at Beamer's tenure. I don't know what the 5-year plan is. I don't know how many you need to be winning in year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Do you guys have it planned out? Do you guys have it planned out? Because I am just cautious because I feel like I'm trying to see things from the realistic side of things. Guys, you are putting expectations on Shane Beamer. When you're talking winning SEC championships, you're putting expectations on a coach like that has never been accomplished here. And we all love South Carolina. We do. And I hate to say this, there's nothing that says South Carolina should win the SEC championship. I mean, yes, we have the facilities. Yes, we have a great fan base. Yes, we have an awesome stadium. Yes, we are in the best conference in the country. But there's nothing historically that says that should happen. If it happens, if Shane Beamer wins an SEC championship, he will have defied the odds. That's how it'll be viewed, and that's what it will be. He will have defied the odds. He will, because there's nothing that says it should happen. Again, that's why a program like Tennessee, a program like Auburn, that's why they get the benefit of the doubt over South Carolina, because you know what? Tennessee might be hot garbage right now. But when national analysts and people look at the Tennessee program, they say, well, it's been done there before, so it can be done. It's never been done at South Carolina. There's nothing that says it should be done or it will be done. At least at Tennessee, it's been done. And again, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm just telling you guys from the national perspective and what those guys think. That's sort of how it's viewed. Let's see. Tanner Lance says, I want to win 6 games this year, then go to 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, and 11, then a freaking championship for sure. Thomas Walker, I love South Carolina. We will not win the SEC in the foreseeable future. T. Jordan 2132, average of 7 wins, some bowl wins, and an SEC championship appearance. And I say we build the guy a statue next to the Gamecock and George Rogers statue. Let's get Steve Spurrier's statue built first. How about that? Dakota Lee Centerfight says Beamer will change that narrative. Trust the Shane train. And I'm not saying he's not going to. By the way, again, this is not we're not slamming Shane Beamer on the Daily Crow today, but it is healthy and it is interesting. It's fun, in my opinion. Like, you're not going to get this type of banter on any other show. And those who tune in appreciate this banter because I'm the other sites, the other people that cover South Carolina do a great job. But they are going to tell you everything you want to hear in a lot of instances. Everything's great. Everything's sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to just shoot you straight. And there's no reason South Carolina should ever win a national championship. Ever. 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 It would be defying massive odds if they did. And I'm not saying Shane Beamer can't change that narrative. I'm not saying he cannot. I'm not saying he can't. I want nothing more than a ring, man. Nothing more. But it's healthy to look at both sides. It's healthy to understand the challenge that's going to be. And again, we can have this type of conversation. I can say what I'm saying, right? The belief in the building should be we're going to go win championships. That should be the number one belief. Because I tell you what, again, people love to slam Dabo. I'm not a Dabo fan. I think he's a clown. But some of the stuff he says, like one of the things he gets killed for is when he said, you know, if you, what did he say? If you don't believe it, it won't happen. Or if you don't first think it and believe it, you won't do it. I know that's corny and people make fun of it, but like he actually has a point. I hate to say that, but he does. To go win a championship, you have to have a group of individuals united who believe that is realistic and possible and do everything, every action you take every day is to get you closer to that goal. So South Carolina will never achieve those heights if they don't believe they can or if they don't believe they will. So that should be the thought process in the building. That's Shane Beamer's job, right? We get to have conversation about whatever we want. So I'm not saying it's impossible. There's no reason why, on the flip side of what I said earlier, there's no reason why South Carolina cannot be a contender. You got the facilities. I mean, you have a gorgeous campus. You got a gorgeous city to live in. You have beautiful facilities, tons of money. You're in the best conference. You have great fans. Now you got the coach. You feel like you have the coach. Go get great players. There's no reason why South Carolina can't be the cool place to play again. That's what it comes down to. Spurrier made South Carolina cool. He made it the cool place to go. He did. It was cool to be a Gamecock. It was cool. You got to make South Carolina cool again. And I think with a young guy like Shane Beamer, energetic, I think he can do that. But it's going to take time. Any of these fans on social media that are saying, oh, stop being doom and gloom, there's no reason we can't compete in the SEC this year, take off your garnet glasses and just realize what he has to work with this roster. Guys, this is not a big-time SEC roster top to bottom. It's not. I know Gamecock fans, they want to believe that just because somebody decides to come to their school and put the jersey on, they're all great players and they're all great, but they're not. They're not. I'm not going to name names, but some of these guys probably shouldn't be playing football at this level. They probably shouldn't be out there. Now, hope and pray to God we can get the most out of them this year, but that's a fact. That's a fact. Until you upgrade the talent, upgrade the roster, you're not going to upgrade in wins. Again, that's the reality that nobody else will tell you in Gamecock land. You know, hey, the other sites, the other services, they're going to tell you every prospect we bring in is great. Have you ever seen, and I know we're about to close up here, it's about to be 2 o'clock. Have you ever, and again, this is not slamming those guys. They have made a fantastic business model. I've met those guys. They all do a fantastic job. Got nothing but love for them, and everybody has a role and does a great job covering the Gamecocks. But lastly, have you ever seen those sites when South Carolina gets a commitment? And I challenge you to think critically about what I'm about to say. Have you ever seen those sites? South Carolina gets a commitment. Have they ever said this to you? Well, you know, I don't think it's a great signing. Kid probably won't. It's not going to play here a ton. You know, he's not really that big-time SEC player you're looking for. Have you ever heard someone say that? No, because those services, their sites are to sell hope. That's what recruiting is hope. But I will tell you, the reality is that the roster has to be upgraded, guys. The roster has to be upgraded. Bottom line, you just, that's it. That's why I keep saying 6-6 is a very realistic possibility. 6-6 can happen. I believe it will. I picked it. I'm on record for it. If I didn't think it was going to happen, I wouldn't put myself out there and say it. I got 6-6. I believe in Shane Beamer. But 6-6 will be a great year with the roster available. Realize that, recognize that, give Shane Beamer time, be patient, and if we do that, I feel confident in saying that good things will happen. Will it be an SEC championship? Will it be a national championship? I don't know. I can't say that for certain, but I think good things will happen. And I said this when he was hired, and I'll say this now. What I feel confident in saying is I think at minimum, Shane Beamer will be a coach. He really cares about it. He really cares. I mean, this really matters to him. He's not just here to get paid. It's not just a stop. This matters to him. This is important. You can just tell when he talks about it. He's passionate about it. He loves USC. I feel confident in saying Shane Beamer will leave the University of South Carolina's football program better than he found it. And that is saying a lot more than a lot of other coaches that have come through this place. So give him time. Let's be patient. Let him work with what he's got this year. Understand the challenge ahead. We do all those things. We show up. We show out. We be loud. We support. I'm telling you, I think really, really good things are on the horizon for Gamecocks football. And on that note, guys, I'll leave you here on a Thursday. Appreciate you all tuning in, guys. Like I said, stay tuned to all the content today. We're rocking. We're rolling with content. Podcast dropped this morning, episode 488. Talking EIU, full breakdown of the game, as well as a fantastic convo with my guy, Brad Lowing. Guys, quick reminder, live show tomorrow at Hall's Chop House, downtown off Main Street. We'll be live 6 to 7, be out there at 5 o'clock. You guys be sure to come out. Seawell's Tailgate, Saturday, all day long. Jay's Corner pregame show, 3 to 4 before the game. Guys, thank you all so much. I'm Chris Phillips of the Daily Crow, the Spurs Up Show. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.